been looking forward to moving into this phase of training camp now as the rhythm kind of changes up with game day, practice, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice waking up knowing it's a game day and you're going to be back behind the bench. So, yeah, looking forward to get back to it.
I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but now that you have whatever your roster is going to look like, what are you looking for when you talk about that compete, that effort, those things that you mentioned yesterday in a game format?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the guys we have in the lineup today are competing for spots. So, you're just going to give them an opportunity to go out and do exactly that, compete. At the same time, it's the first preseason game, and you try not to make too many judgments early in camp, but guys are still kind of, working their way back into it, and you got to appreciate that. Yet at the same time, this couple of weeks are going to go by pretty quick, so we're going to have to make some decisions, and it's just a chance for us to see what they have.
Sheldon, how are some of the injured prospects doing? LeChance and Amanado?
I haven't had much of an update on them, other than they haven't missed a day of skating. They've remained on skates, so that's positive. But I haven't got much of a report at all in terms of how or when or if I should expect them back.
Besides the stats, what's a way that a player can impress you during a game?
Yeah, I mean, it's to me the stats are one thing, but it's the other stuff's more important to me at this time of year, especially when the wins or losses don't necessarily matter. It's the guys that can do the things that you think are going to help you when it really matters, which is things away from the puck, the ability to take some of the things we've been talking about structurally and system-wise and implement it in the game and show that you have a level of comprehension to be able to execute. And then just the effort-based stuff, and the speed and all that sort of thing. So I think with how we've really narrowed it down and identified certain areas for players to focus on in terms of our system that are effort-based, it should be fairly easy to stand out if you choose to, just because it's effort really that we're looking for. And at this stage, in the first few days of training camp, I often told the players we're not coaching details at this portion of the program. We're coaching effort, we're pushing effort, and that's really what we want to see in the competitiveness, the physicality, all those sort of things. So, that's what I'll be watching for.
In terms of just one specific player, Grixit, first game out there, just what would you like to see out of him as he tries to acclimate today?
Well, just the same things I was just talking about. All the little things away from the puck, the energy, the speed, comprehension of the things we're talking about in terms of our style of play and system. And then, he's an offensive player. So, in a game like this, you put him in a game like this, where he can play in more prominent offensive situations, power play and those sorts of things. And then the expectation or hope is that he can make a play and, be confident in who he is offensively. So that's really it. I guess when you really boil it down, each player has an identity of who they are. So go out and be that.
Can you share your starting goaltender?
Yeah, Jake Allen, he'll play one period today, and then Dawes will get the other two.
Thank you, Sheldon.